Hey everybody, welcome to Now It's Dark. I'm Jim, and flea market season has officially hit here in my city. Today is Sunday, the 14th, and our flea market has opened. So I have a flea market haul, but first I have a few items from a recent um, thrifty thing. I wasn't prepared. I forgot about the thrift stuff. But yeah, let's go through that. Not a whole lot of thrift stuff lately, but I continue to pick up the old blow mold pumpkins. I have I'm close to 50, and I have quite a few. Um, and I'm trying to collect like clean ones and different colors at this point. I also picked up a Monster Happy Meal bucket. This is one of the 2023. I missed out on most of these. I don't get to McDonald's very often during the lunchtime. I'm more of a McDonald's breakfast guy, so I didn't get these. So I'm happy to pick these up when I see them at the thrift. This was only $1.07. And I found a couple of very cool VHS tapes at the thrift store. This one was 99 cents, and it's Valentine. Very cool. I think I have this already, but I'm going to just always pick these up. This is currently the only physical media as far as movies or music that I'm collecting. It's VHS tapes, which is, I know, kind of strange, right? And then I found this fantastic 2-pack of Jaws with like a very shiny cover. And I don't think I've ever seen the 2-pack. It's an anniversary collection, and it has Jaws Part 1, and then the other disc, the other just says Jaws Part 2. So I don't know if it's like a theatrical release and a television release. I haven't really looked into it, or if it's just like bonus footage, but love that cover. And the last item from Thrifting was a gift, actually. And this guy is an old Ronald McDonald, intact with the whistle and the gribbus. It's very rare to find the full piece. I will clean this up, and for those that are new to the channel, I collect clown memorabilia and items, but also fast food, in particular McDonald's. I try to collect some of the vintage and new characters only. Like, I don't collect just all the Happy Meal toys and stuff like that, but it's the actual mascots, so to speak. So I have this huge flea market. I have this big bag of flea markety stuff, and really was surprised. I went there, only had a little bit of money to spend. Wasn't kind of a planned thing necessarily, but found VHS stuff, clown stuff, everything that I look for. My daughter and I have a collection of Chuck E. Cheese and video arcade items, and this is one of the smaller, I think it's Namco, and it's one of those Pac-Man playable arcade games. This was only $5. We have a larger one, so this will look cool, and this will go down with the Chuck E. Cheese video arcade display in a whole separate room in the house. Couldn't pass that up. And then for my clown collection, I found this very interesting plate, and it was done by Red Skelton. So he did a series of plates where he painted different people in clown, in clown situations. This is W.C. Fields, and this plate has like this cool mounted frame. This was $1 at the flea market, and it was an item that I picked up after picking something else up, and the vendor was just selling everything for $1. So I couldn't pass it up. It's got a few things. I got to clean it just as you would with anything that you pick up at a flea market. Things tend to be gross. This is my first of 2024 Ouija. Now, I also have a huge Ouija board collection, and I've only ever purchased 2 Ouija boards that have been sealed. I typically don't. I like the idea of buying a Ouija board that has been opened and used and potentially infused with some evil spirits. But I couldn't pass this up. It is a box design that I don't have. I may get squirrely and just take the wrapper off of it so that it actually looks better in my actual Ouija collection. But this was only $10. So just one of those things. Ouija boards sealed in the wild, in like the regular stores that you, if you can find them, even like Spencer Gifts or wherever, I think they're like $30. So this was a good deal again, and it's a style of box that I didn't have, and a great way to start the flea market-y season with picking up a Ouija board. I have a bunch of VHS tapes. I was very, very happy to find someone that was selling VHS tapes for $0.25. And although I'm not collecting DVDs, I did pick up this set because this was like, it looks like it might have been a homemade case or not the original case for the Batman television series. Now, I have these several different times over, but inside are several discs, like several. And I just couldn't pick it up for $1. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know how many were supposed to be in here. But I'm very happy to get these. And Adam West will always be my Batman, and Burt Ward will always be my Robin. I was fortunate enough to meet each of them, and in particular Adam West, and spend some actual quality time with him before he passed away. All right, so onto the 25-cent discs. I keep saying discs. I mean VHS. I'm just coming back from the high of the flea market. I picked up 2 clamshell Scooby-Doo movies. I do count Scooby-Doo as horror. I'm not sure if everybody else does, but Scooby-Doo, in my opinion, is that entry to horror for children, and the underlying message with Scooby-Doo is always that real people are the true evil in the world. So there you go. So that was Scooby-Doo Space Ape at the Cape. And then this one is Spookiest Tales, Cartoon Network. This clamshell is a little crunched. Sometimes I'll replace the clamshells if I can find some. That's the problem with clamshells, and then they don't fit well in collections. But I'm always going to pick up a Scooby-Doo title when I see it. And then I've got 6 other 25-cent VHS tapes. Dolores Claiborne, classic Kathy Bates with Jennifer Jason Leigh. And that is a classic. Stephen King. Let's see. Oh, another cartoon. I had to round it out to get an even price point. So I picked up this SpongeBob Halloween. It does look cool. I do still watch VHS tapes. I recently moved my big, huge VCR TV combo into my actual bedroom, and I've been watching in there. Now I tend to watch more, I found, while I'm in bed. than I did in my YouTube studio. I had it in here originally with the idea that I would watch it, but then I never do. This is a great movie. I really loved this when it came out. I remember Johnny Depp, Heather Graham, From Hell. I was very happy to find this on VHS, and it has a very unique white white casing on the tape. So very cool. 25 cents. Can't beat it. Oh, here's a good one. People are going to love this one. Excuse me, Sheena. Tanya Roberts classic. Couldn't pass this up for 25 cents. Not necessarily horror, but definitely a cool movie to have. And I mean, as a kid who grew up in the 70s and early 80s, Tanya Roberts is just eye candy that you can't believe. Here's another one, Conan the Barbarian. This one is Conan the Destroyer. I think this might have been the second movie. I don't know. It's very heavy. Sometimes these VHS tapes are so much heavier than other ones, so I don't know. But very cool, 25 cents. Couldn't pass it up. And lastly, but not least, another copy of Night of the Living Dead. And I have definitely never seen this copy. This is the Good Times copy of the classic Night of the Living Dead. One of the best movies ever made. One of the iconic horror classics for sure. All right, so the last item. This really was the biggest item I've ever purchased at a flea market in a very long time. And it was the first item I picked up today. And it is an item that I'm probably going to need help identifying, because I can't quite put my finger on where I've seen this. But this is a huge cardboard casket with the Universal Dracula. Now, I seem to remember this kind of art when Universal was doing a late 90s run of promotional things. I worked for Universal Studios a long time ago, and I remember this stuff. So I don't know if this was from a beer display or a chips display. Could have even been a soda, but for some reason I want to say like Coors Light maybe back in the day did a Universal Monsters tie-in, and this cardboard display would have went on a bigger display, if I remember. I've been, I work in retail, so this is really standing out as visually familiar, but if you can help me place where this was, I would appreciate that. I don't know if it was Coors Light or Budweiser or something like that, but just a really cool display piece. Obviously going to struggle with finding a place for this, but couldn't pass it up. First item of the day. I knew it was going to be a good flea market when I found this. And yeah, so here's my thrift and first flea market haul of the season. Let me know in the comments down below, what was your favorite piece? How do you think I did? I got all of this stuff, by the way. I did the math. It was $35 for everything. Not including the Ronald McDonald. That actually was bought by my daughter. So that's not included in. But for this and the Ouija board and all the videotapes and all of this other stuff was $35. So I think I did pretty good. Let me know in the comments down below. Keep checking back to the channel for more great stuff.
Row 18, plot 20.